and it's unavoidable, has a certain stigma about it. You know what I mean? Like, you're kind of expecting a certain type of game to develop whenever you see that that demonic yellow ball with legs. But then all of a sudden you see something like MIDI and you're like, wow, that wasn't actually all that bad. Like, yeah, the game went maybe just a little bit longer on average, but at the same time, super engaging. MIDI is never one to just take the straightforward path, utilizing the projectiles in a pretty interesting and engaging way, and all in all, pretty entertaining.
Yeah. I mean, that was a good set. It was a hard-fought set, you know, just because characters are playing, you know, a lot of projectiles and kind of run away. It doesn't make the match, like, bad. It's just it's a different pace of the match.
Yeah.
And right now we're just waiting for our players to start up currently.
Yeah, and in the meantime, certainly want to shout out, you know, since I was shouting out a fellow Philadelphian in Yoda Cage, I want to shout out a couple other PA boys, Clam Hat and Turtle Hands, who are actually casting over on the Collision stream as well. I'm very proud to have put in the multi-twitch that you can watch. !multi-twitch. So go ahead, support our homies over on twitch.tv/Collision Smash. It's a party so big to buzz, we need 2 streams to host it. That's just how we roll at Galaxy Gambit.
Yeah. With Galaxy Gambit, we have so much damn godlike competition that it's a shame we can't showcase as much as possible. So, you know, for you guys, you can see almost every match between these players, like in the higher part of the bracket. So, don't miss out, you know? Don't forget. You know, Collision Smash helps us a lot to run these events. Without them, these weekly events being run so well, just wouldn't be possible. So, show them some love if you can.
You already know, man. So, when you're when you're not watching and enjoying the conversation here, maybe you're checking in on the bracket and seeing how that's playing out over there, which again, always getting some interesting matchups, some stuff that maybe you're not going to see every day, or maybe it's something a little bit more on meta.
I mean, now you see Marvelous Marco in that stream. Marvelous Marco is someone I like watching a lot personally, but I'm definitely biased towards Toon Link as a character. But yeah, it's him versus Haunter on that stream, so you know you can always check that out while waiting for this match to start as well. If you just like, you need to see some Smash gameplay, you just can't wait for it, because I understand.
It's kind of like, I mean, being a sports fan, of course, I'm going to bring this up. It's kind of like the NCAA tournament, which is happening next month, by the way, March Madness, of course, where you've got games going on. It's the first round. Okay, so if Duke blowing out whoever their first round isn't really like catching your interest, you can watch some mid-level teams battle it out over on another channel, and it's a more entertaining game. Maybe they're not going to win the whole thing, but whatever, it's fun. It's a fun game to watch, and maybe you have a bet with your friend going on over it. So it's that kind of stuff, and that's kind of what I appreciate about these tournaments in particular, is that you get so much variety in the matchups that you see and what gets put on screen. I don't think I was expecting to see a Dr. Mario on screen, to be completely honest with you. And yeah, Min Min versus Wario, maybe you could predict this a little bit more, but then again, you can never quite predict something like BALLZ4LIFE, and certainly not an individual like Loaf. If we're getting started on Pokemon Stadium, I can only imagine this favors Min Min, but I want to hear your take on this.
Yeah, I was about to say, actually, I think this is... I haven't got to play this matchup much in recent times, to be honest. Like, ever since I really got good with Min Min, I basically never played this matchup. But when I did start playing her more seriously, every time I fought into Wario, I hated this matchup. I just, every time, like, oh, it's Wario? Damn it. He jumps at me a lot, he approaches from angles I don't want to deal with, he's too fast for me to run away from or, like, properly zone out. He doesn't get coupled on my combos either because he's on the ground much. So it's like, from my perspective, this matchup is a pain in the butt. And one of Min Min's few matchups is almost definitely losing. With that said, her Nair is a big deal in this matchup. Keeps out Wario. Her up air and up tilt also really good. And then she has the power to KO Wario kind of early, and she has the range. Even though Wario's obnoxious to chase, she can pressure me in ways a lot of characters kind of can't. One of the biggest issues though is that the edge guard game is just so bad for her. She will die off stage so easily against Wario if she isn't perfect.
And so what? You haven't played any matches versus 9 Super Pie or something in the meantime?
No, I haven't played against a Wario player honestly in like 4 or so months, I guess, maybe longer.
Wow. It feels like an anomaly, honestly, but nevertheless.
It's online, you know? I feel like Wario players, they look at online and go, yeah, I'm good on this.
Yeah, that's actually kind of valid. Yeah, you know, you don't see the people who play Wario offline playing Wario online. I guess it's just because it's too fundamentally different. But man, Balls right now not really suffering a whole lot at the moment, as yeah, this Min Min is down to their last stock.
Yeah, I mean this is and I think the big thing is just that the Min Min player like really needs to use a bit more up airs and up tilts kind of well at Wario instead of just jumping with Nairs, because like Nair's really good, but you can't rely on them. But also I think there's a little bit too much forward airs and back airs, and it's like, oh, instead like that open was legit because the Min Min player jumped with a forward air and it whipped, and like, yeah, it doesn't control the space you need to versus Wario anyway.
I mean, so that's game one. I guess.
I don't know which one's
actually,
Loaf and which one is
that is
Ball
Loaf,
Story.
actually, isn't it? Isn't Loaf a Wario?
I feel like he is, but I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I actually I'm pretty sure I got that wrong just because it was crossed around and that wound up crossing my wires. I do apologize for that error, folks. But yeah, nevertheless, Loaf a Wario. And now that we're looking this up, we know that they've had some good wins on their part for quite some time. Like we know how good this dude has done, but you know, in that 25th place finish at Airlock, maybe not what they wanted, but still wins over people like MVD and 8-Bit Man. That counts as a decent enough tournament. And yeah, just you go down the list of their victims.
Solid wins. Even MVD, like, are two players like in top 8, like events, constantly online events. You know, I think those are decent wins. Is honestly understating how good those players are.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. And when you think about it, actually, you think back to the very first iteration of this tournament, DeBuzz, Loaf had a win 2-1 over Peckham, who a lot of people consider to be the best Min Min online right now.
I feel like people consider the second best. I'm not gonna lie, but you know, I know what you're trying to say.
Right up there. No, right up there. I mean, hey, I'm not saying that they're right. I'm saying that they say it.
But anyway, I haven't played an online.
I felt that.
I have not played an online event in a month, to be fair. Like, legit, I have, ever since the invitational thing from a month ago, I was just like, I'm done with online events for a little bit. So, you know, that's fine. I'll take that title back later when I feel like it. But anyway, back to this match. We see a much better start to the game, as this is stock.
Ooh.
But before then, BALLZ4LIFE was doing very well. But just Decky zoning right now. Always afraid anytime a forward comes out and misses. Unless Wario's on the ground, because Wario's on the ground. Can't really make that approach happen too well.
Yeah, now as we're seeing
Oh, so I just loaded the volume on my end for you, so don't worry. Yeah, I saw that message in the chat as well.
Yeah, no, I also turned down the gain on my microphone. I thought it was all the way down, but
I think the gain was a little bit high, not the actual volume.
I mean, look, I am quite literally an announcer. I don't know what else to tell you. I do apologize.
Your voice is your weapon, and you've trained your weapon, right? Honed it.
It for real is. No, it's a weapon of mass projection. If we're being real, what a waft!
Oh my god.
You talk about weapons, man.
Yeah, honestly, that's not the worst thing. I think that's the first waft that's landed. You know, if Balls can take this stock, then this is definitely like a nice game for Balls, to be honest. But he has to take it soon. It's like another 30 seconds from now. Suddenly that waft's gonna be online before the last stock is being threatened to be dead.
Oh, and just like that, it's a little bit closer than maybe we were expecting before, as well, BALLZ4LIFE gets himself right back into the thick of things. They're not nearly out of it yet, but then again, Wario is just a little bit too close for their comfort, and
and just like that, edge guarded.
Yeah, BALLZ4LIFE not nearly as much on the stage as they would like to be for their comfort. Loaf is going to take that by a score of 2-0. And Loaf is going to move on out of pools into winner's side. And on winner's side, excuse me. BALLZ4LIFE, not a terrible showing, all things considered, but just got rushed down a little bit too easily in the air by Wario.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, every time you whiff an attack with Min Min in this kind of matchup, it's so punishing that sometimes you're better off not throwing attacks